Donna, thanks again for having me here. I'm Vince with Listings Leads, and you've been talking about us. You've been using us. I think there's some value for you to present this to your clients, to other agents that just want
Absolutely.
to. Yeah,
Yes.
we make it easy to create reach. Make it easy to market, and we also make it easy to capture leads. Um, but we're constantly working on how to make that easier, right? And I think one of the things I want to show you, let's see if I can navigate around here. You probably know that we have been creating many tools, single property websites, virtual tours, landing pages. This is a landing page for an open house, landing page for what is your home worth, and many other kinds of landing pages. And you can customize those and just make them tailor, fit to your business. Um, and while have been creating these tools for years, the first thing we do is we email them to an agent and we say, hey, open that up and share it to your social media, right? And that's a cool thing. And if the agent does that, well, then they start to capture leads, and that's great for them. But a lot of agents are just too busy to do that. And so Scott and I have finally, we had pushed this last year, but we have created something that we call auto posting, right? And right here, this message that you're looking at is now today what an agent receives from us to say, hey, we have posted your listing. In this case, it's an open house to your social media accounts, to your Facebook accounts, to your Twitter accounts, to your LinkedIn accounts. And which, there have been other companies to do that before, but actually, I think ours is pretty powerful because if we click on any of these, we'll actually go right to the live post, right? And this will show you the post of what we're doing. And I want to talk a little bit about what we're doing once Twitter wakes up. We are posting obviously your listing to your social media, but we're also embedding kind of some basic things like emojis. We know, and you probably know, that emojis actually get more clicks. They slow down the eyes of consumers, and people click on ads more when you have emojis in them. We also put in hashtags. So on Twitter, hashtags like real estate, realtor, the city that you're selling in. These are all important, and so we're automatically doing that. And so this is what an open house looks like right now, automatically posted to Twitter. It would look similarly on Facebook and on LinkedIn. But if you click on the link or you click on the photograph, well, then we're auto populating our landing pages directly behind it. And as you know, that landing page is designed to capture leads for the agent. So we're excited about this. Our clients are already just generating leads automatically where they're not having to touch anything. So the question is, how does an agent set this up? So that's what we're going to jump into first, right? What I do want to point out before I kind of dive over to that section is a lot of folks understand Facebook, right? You all know about Facebook business pages. You probably know how to run ads on them. You can from this point you can just boost. So I'm going to click on the Facebook ad right now, and it's going to have a similar look, right? It's going to have information about the home. It's going to have the hashtags in there. It's going to have emojis in there. And again, our landing page is going to be behind it to capture that lead. And that's awesome. So one thing that's great about this is this particular post is automatically posted. You can see what it looks like. I've got emojis up there. I'm using the text service that's part of Listings to Leads. So we're automatically embedding that text in there. And then all the hashtags that are in any way relevant. And notice one more thing here. I'm going to try not to click on it. I'm hearing some sort of noise. But I have here something that says luxury living in Lafayette. And that's that's the brand I want to create. So if I'm auto posting something out to the market over and over, it might be Donna, the awesome realtor, right? It might be Alex, star realtor in San Francisco Bay. Whatever it is, that brand that you want to get out over and over, you might want to add as a hashtag And I'm going to show you where to add that in just a few minutes. And then the last thing I'm going to point out, and I think I'm going to mute.
I think that's Kelly. Kelly, if you're listening,
yeah, I think that's Kelly.
Yes, Kelly needs to mute her video.
There we go. Awesome. Thanks. I'm going to point out one last thing. We also auto post to LinkedIn. And you may or may not know this. A lot of realtors, I think there's some sorts of strategies about building that network. But what we've seen since we've been creating tools to capture leads, both buyers and sellers, our clients, meaning realtors, have been taking our tools and putting them on LinkedIn for a few years now. Ever since LinkedIn created a news feed. So I think LinkedIn has building this social media platform of professionals, right? And this is where they sort of connect with each other. But they sort of realize the phenomena of what Facebook has created, which is a news feed, right? And they realize, oh, people just like to scroll through news. So that's where we're posting ads just like this to your social media, so that your clients or their friends and colleagues that they're communicating with on LinkedIn get to see the same kind of thing. And if they're interested, they can click on it, and the landing page is going to pop up and capture the lead. There's a lot of information. If you spend any time on LinkedIn, there's a lot of information being shared there. So that's what it looks like on the internet. Let's get over to the profile and talk about how we set that up. So let's see if I can get into my account. For some reason, the internet just feels a little bit slow right now, but let's see here. So all of us, we do this in the profile, and I kind of want to state up front, a lot of agents, even though we just released this, a lot of agents have on the profile, there was always a place to put your social media, to put your Facebook business page and stuff. This is a different part of the process. So I want everybody to sort of think of this with new eyes, right? You click on the profile, and when you get to the profile page, we'll see in a second here, there's going to be a little red new pill, right? And let's see here, right there, it says auto posting new. And when you get here, there's really some basic, super simple things you got to do. I'm going to try and redo some of this. But when you come here for the first time, these 3 boxes are unchecked. And you need to check these. When you do, just click save and then go to Facebook. And this is where you connect Facebook to your page. Now, as you can see, it says I'm connected as Vincent Mays already.
My audio is all messed up.
I am gonna, hey, Red. Yeah, there you go. Thanks. I'm disconnecting right now. Obviously, you wouldn't need to do this, but I want to show you how you connect auto posting to Facebook. You click right here on the blue button that says connect to Facebook. So it's going to take us to a couple of pages. I want you to see it so you're not confused. The first thing is it says, do you want to continue as Vincent, right? And all agents, yes, you want to continue, right? No, it's not going to post to my personal business, my personal page. I will show you how you show it where it's going to post. But right now it's saying, will you allow us to do the auto posting? And just say, okay. That's it. So you're kind of giving 2 yes answers, and then it'll bring you back to the profile page to do the final setup. And let's see here. We're back to listings to leads. And it's kind of simple. I mean, on this page, we do have steps 1, 2, and 3, but I just think it's worth seeing because no matter how simple you make it, there's always like, well, what about this and what about that? So I certainly want to answer your questions since you're out there talking to realtors all over the country, and you want to be sure that you know what it is you're talking about. And of course, every once in a while, it kind of spins like this and drives me crazy. So we may have to come back to that. Let's see, I'm going to go back and forth. Yeah, there we go. So now step 1 was connect to Facebook. Step 2 is select your Facebook business page. And step 3 is copy this and put it over here. So let's do step 2 next. You have to click inside this box and decide which business page you want to put your auto posting to. Now I'm going to put it to our Listings to Leads business page, but you might have a real estate business page. You might have a community page or two. You can auto post to all of those pages by just selecting them here. And then of course you can delete the ones you don't want by hitting that X. The third step is click this green copy button over here, drag it into this box and paste. This is kind of a weird step because it's obvious this is what we want you to do, but Facebook will not allow us to auto post for anybody, especially realtors, if they don't have essentially skin in the game, meaning that you click that button and paste it over there. So that's why we have to do it this way. Now, notice I mentioned that we have emojis, and emojis are, you know, I always feel dorky talking about them, but they work. They just slow people's eyes down. I'm using Google Chrome, and I have some emoji, what do you call it? Tab. There we go. Some kind of app, I guess. And I want to just add more houses, right? There's one house there. I'm going to click here. That says it's copied. Now I can go here and paste in more houses. Now you can sort of jazz that up. But down here, remember when I showed you the actual post and I said luxury living in Lafayette, this is where you could add that, or whatever it is, whatever brand it is you want to have out there to have people get associated to. Save it there. And now this is going to auto post to Facebook, right? Twitter and LinkedIn are simpler because they don't have separate business pages and profile pages. So it's just connect and then copy this information, put it there, add that hashtag on Twitter if you want. And I want to also point out one thing. A lot of people don't use Twitter, but these hashtags are really powerful. And one of the most powerful ones is the actual city, because a lot of us search around about things, you know, local to us. And so having the city in there dynamically, you don't have to touch it, is just going to have more people notice it. Real estate is a kind of a big search on Twitter. So you might have 5 friends on Twitter, but because of these hashtags, it could be seen by hundreds of people. And that's why we're doing it. LinkedIn also does the same thing. So you're going to connect as yourself. You're going to copy this here. Hashtags are supported and publicly indexed on Google by LinkedIn. So it's an important place to be. It's kind of time consuming. And today we've got it set up on automation. So now you can take advantage of that. Any questions on auto posting? I know a few people got here late. Auto posting, let's see if I can get us going backwards and maybe show the
Vince, I have a question.
Yeah.
What about Instagram? No auto posting with Instagram?
No, they don't even have an app to allow that, right?
Okay.
So no, I'm sorry. This is the auto posting. Alex, I think you came in. This is the message that is going to the agent automatically. And it basically says, we have posted to your social media for you. So once you've got this set up, an agent no longer has to go and copy the link and put it and write something there. We're doing it for them automatically, right? And that's the beauty of it. So I'm kind of just circling back because I know some of you got online, you know, a little bit late, but that's what's going on. We're doing this at every status change. So when the home is just listed, it's going to go up just listed with the right call to actions on the landing page. When the home changes to open house, and when the home changes to pending, and when the home changes to just sold, it's got all the relevant information and lead capture tools behind it. So this is just a huge time saver. And again, we're posting to the Facebook business pages. So if an agent wants to go there and boost it for 20 or 30 bucks, they're going to get a lot of reach with a lot of lead capture already built in behind it.
Vincent, this is Margaret.
Yeah.
Is there where you showed us to like put our copy and hashtags and stuff like that? That will go out on every single one of our listings.
Right.
Okay. So city specific might not be the best thing.
Well, no. So the city specific is, let's see if I can show you maybe a better view of this.
And it posts the same content across all these different platforms, correct?
Yeah. So notice right here, if you can see it, it says Haiku, which is the name of the town where this is. And so you do want to have the cities that you're posting in reflected. And so that's grabbing it. That's grabbing it from the property description. So it's not in the same city on every post. If one home is for sale in Danville, it's going to say Danville. If the next home is for sale in Lafayette, it's going to say Lafayette. So it's relevant to that particular listing and that status.
Okay. So open house wouldn't show up on a just listed. It would show up on an open house.
No,
got it.
That's right. That's right. And the landing page that's behind it has different call to action, right? This is what an open house listing landing page looks like. We'll give it a second to kind of pull up here. But this is very different. You know, a just listed home isn't going to have, as we'll see here in a second, it's not going to have a ticking clock going there, and pending isn't going to have that either. So each landing page sort of changes to the status that it's at. We've been doing this for years because every status is meaningful for capturing listings, but we're basically asking agents, put this out every time on all your social media at every status. And, you know, that's just not realistic. It's just not happening. So I would say 5% of our clients take care of every listing at every status. Now, if they just set up their profile, we're going to take care of that for them. All right. So that's the nature of what it is. It's really, you know, it's really powerful. It's got lead capture behind it. I recommend everybody is taking advantage of this. Our office clients can do this as well because they can post all their listings out courtesy of the agent. The leads that get captured go right back to the agent. So it's really useful that way too. I will point out one thing, and if you guys have questions, just jump right in. There are a couple of tools here that most people never figure out, right? And one is the Zillow reviews. So there are a lot of your clients are capturing reviews on Zillow. And typically the goal is, you know, maybe one day somebody will find somebody talking about me on Zillow. And that would be awesome, right? So that's why you sort of capture reviews on Zillow. I'm going to show you in just a minute a tool that we have that is designed to sweep in those reviews automatically and then surround them with a tool that can capture leads for you. Another thing that is useful here, you've probably seen our home value landing pages, which give an instant home value. You may not know that we have onboard infometrics added as a data source, as a value source, not only Zillow. So you can choose those, you can test them and see what works better in your market.
Vince, in our market, because you're in the Bay Area, which one do you think is better, Zillow or Onboard?
I actually think Zillow is a little bit better right here. But the easy way to test, Alex, is set it up as Zillow, open up a home value page and type in a couple of values and see, okay, that looks right, or you get some estimate. Go right back to the same landing page, change here on the profile the setting to onboard and run the same value, the same addresses, and you'll see like, okay, here's some that are better. In some parts of the country, Zillow is better. It's just, that's how it is. This that we're looking at right here is called what we call a lead gen signature. This can be embedded in your email. So whether you're using Google, AOL, Outlook, Yahoo, whatever, you can embed this so that every time you're sending out an email, you've got some ability to capture leads, right? Here, my favorite link is Lafayette Home Values or Lafayette Homes for Sale. And so that's going to point right to my webpage. If you've got agents that are using, really astounding websites like Boomtown or Tiger Leads, those kinds of sites are pricey, but they convert like 10% of everybody that lands on it, right? So you might want more traffic there, and these links can point right there. You'll also notice I've got what is your home worth? And what is your home worth points to my property valuation page. And I focus on Lafayette, right? I'm right here in Lafayette. And so the landing page that I want most people to see shows what is your Lafayette home worth. It shows the reservoir where everybody's, taking jogs and walking their dogs and their kids. This is like localized to my business. And then lastly, on the same signature are my reviews. So I had mentioned that you can actually turn on your Zillow reviews, and this is the tool, we'll give it a second for it to populate. This is the tool that shows your reviews on Zillow inside of our tool, which we call a client review page. Now, what's cool is it's got all your listings. I think what's also cool is it's got all your reviews here. It's got all your listings on the right. And if you click on any of those listings, what's it going to do? It's going to pop up a single property website. And as you can imagine, that single property website is designed to capture leads for you, right? So that's a really awesome tool. I want to show you now what in the world you do with this tool, right? Your favorite lead gen links are over here. Just copy the link on top, and I'll show you where you find that link. And go to, let's just go here to just anywhere in Facebook. And where it says, what is on your mind? Tag the client, right? Tag your client and say, let's see if I can do this. Scott. And of course, everything is running really slow. You guys probably know what it's like or what it means to tag a client. It actually somehow connects to them. Give this a second here, guys. Thanks. And you want to sugarcoat that, right? Thanks for the view. Enjoy your new home and all those great things. And thanks for your review, right? Because if you tag your client, whoever it is, all of their friends are going to see this post. And they're going to see that this guy has given me, a 5-star review. And if they click on that, it's going to populate this page. And they're going to see all your reviews and all your listings. So it's a really simple, effective way of capturing, for building sort of that referral business, but also capturing leads if people decide to click through it.
Quick question, Van. So what you did is you took the URL and you took it inside of your Facebook, right?
Yep. And
which URL? Where did you get the URL again?
Let me show you that. Let me show you that. That's the bigger and better question. Of course I'm lost because I've got all these links open. Give me 1 second, Alex, and I'll get us there. So right now, that tool is on the listings page, right? Where all of our listings are. You just click on listings, and on right above the listings, we'll see it in just a second, are a number of tools. An agent listing website and a client review website. And that's what we're talking about right now.
Okay.
Client review website. So when you click on that, it shows you the link, and there's a little copy button right next to it. So you can copy that. You could share it from here, but what I did is I copied, and then I wanted to show you how to tag your client, right? So if your clients have reviews on Zillow, that's a super cool tool to use. Let's go over to the home value landing page section, the landing page section. I hope that all of your clients are using at least one property valuation page. Most agents, I know where Alex is. He's actually local to me. I'm pretty sure, Alex, you're not building your business in one town, right? You're over in Pleasant Hill, so you're in
Concord. Yeah. Concord, Pleasant Hill, Walnut Creek.
Exactly. So you need a landing page like this for every one of those towns, right? And that is, yep. And I've actually got one right here somewhere. Yeah, Pleasant Hill. Pleasant Hill is right in the smack dab in the center of that. And so this landing page speaks to the people who live in Pleasant Hill. You guys don't all know this town. It's a small town. I think it's like 25, not even 30,000 people. And this is the main little cool downtown market, right? You can get some food and walk around. There's a theater there. All the kids go watch movies and all that stuff. So this is like one of our most popular tools that people look at. But what we just added on this is what we call auto follow-up. And you guys know that capturing a lead is cool, but if you don't follow up on a lead, it's not that cool, right? So we do have auto integration for many CRMs. For a lot of CRMs, we have direct APIs for a number of them, but we can also capture. We can work with many that we don't have the API for. But what you should know right now is we just added under the advanced options on every property valuation page what we call follow-up, right? And there's a red pill there. And when you click on that, all you got to do is click this box and click Save All Changes, and we will send a monthly updated value of their home to them from you every month, the first week of the month. And you can see there's a little editor here. You don't need to edit it, but there is also a spot for them to create an appointment with you if they really want a consultation. And we're already, we pushed this, it's January, we pushed this 2 months ago. Our clients, our agents are getting appointments from this very simple letter because it's reaching back and sending this message to all the leads that they've captured. So I definitely recommend that you turn this on. Even if an agent never turns on a CRM to drip on on the leads they're capturing with us, they should definitely be doing that.
Okay, question for you here. Each time that goes out every month, that's updated with their new value, if there is a new value?
Correct. That's
Oh,
right.
wow.
And if they ask for it once, they're, maybe they're not ready to pull the trigger today, but they were interested. And so we're updating, we're sending it to them, the new value from you, the agent. Right.
Is the agent getting a copy of it?
Wow, great question, Donna. I actually don't know the answer. In a way, I hope not, because our clients are getting better and better with these pages. They're generating 100 leads every weekend with this page. And if you do that every weekend, you're going to get 1,000 emails every first week of the month.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't think it does that, actually.
Okay.
So I'm assuming, Vince, with your landing pages, then you're promoting it on Facebook on traffic, correct?
Yes. Yeah.
Because with lead gen, because you can't really do it with lead gen. So I mean, traffic is what you're using to get the sellers, correct?
Yeah, that's right. It's really fun. That's a great question, and we've been doing this. We've been running ads and creating tools for Facebook for as long as Facebook is ad advertising, and lead gen came out on Facebook this time last year for the first time. It was in January of last year. And so, we've got thousands of clients running ads all over the place, and we're all in the mastermind group talking about that new lead gen form. And it's pretty cool, but it gets fewer leads than driving traffic to a landing page like this. And we know that because all of our clients confirm that. And at that point, everybody said, well, we're not going to do lead gen, right? We're going to just drive people to this. And that's really how it goes. And so a lot of people still hear this story about using lead gen. This page is actually more powerful than I'm sure you clicked it and you've used it yourself. It's more powerful to a consumer on Facebook than here's a picture that looks like this and give me your name, phone number, and email. It's just not that compelling on Facebook, but that's what the lead gen form does. Here, when you click on it, it's like type in your address. Now we show you a map of your home. Is that right? Yeah. Okay. Well, give us your contact information. We'll give you that lead. That will give you that information. As simple as it sounds, it actually works better than the lead gen forms on Facebook. Okay. So definitely that for all of our clients, and I have to say this every time, all ads should be run with traffic. Definitely. And I'm gonna just jump into that since we're all talking. And in my mind, let's see here. I always feel like there's a lot of information out, just like that question that you just asked me. I'm not even gonna slowly walk us through this. I'm just gonna get over there real quickly. Oh God. Yeah. Sorry, I forget that Facebook makes changes on their website, every 72 hours at least. and where you create an ad is in a new place now. So I'm just going to walk you real quickly through the top 3 mistakes that I think every agent makes when trying to get seller leads. When you're trying to get buyer leads, it's pretty easy, right? It's mobile optimized. It's you almost cannot make a mistake. You could boost it, you could run traffic on it. It's both ways are going to work. And with our auto posting, that's, I definitely that makes it even easier. Now you can just boost and say, I want everybody within 10 miles of Concord to see that I have this open house, right? That's like, bam. And that's always going to work. But when you're trying to get a home value, when you're trying to get a listing lead, and you're trying to do this here in Pleasant Hill, there are a couple of mistakes that are constantly made. And it's not really the agent's fault. There's just a lot of conflicting information. And then there's just the way that Facebook has built their site, and maybe their goal is not the same as your goal, right? So I want you to see the top mistakes that we see happening. And when we go over to Facebook and we're running an ad, this is not boosting. You always start on traffic. Now I won't waste a lot of our time here. I know you guys are familiar with this. I would tell you that when you get traffic, it's going to give you a little spot down here at the bottom where you can name it. I would name this Value Pleasant Hill and today's date. We're not going to take the time to do that, but open house, Pleasant Hill, today's date, because we recommend that you're running ads consistently, and you're going to want to know what are people clicking on, what are they not clicking on. So here is where, in the next section, where some mistakes can be made. And the audience is one area that's kind of changed. I think a lot of agents feel like Facebook has changed so dramatically that it's not going to work for them anymore, because they used to have the ability to target homeowners. And that actually has changed, but it hasn't broken Facebook. We're still getting huge results. So I've typed in Pleasant Hill, California, because I want to run an ad for Pleasant Hill. And the first thing you want to do is you want to make sure that you say current city only. We're looking for sellers now. We're not looking for buyers. So this is specifically about capturing sellers, all right? Not everybody in this location. I want people who live in this location. That's about as tight as you can get. You can't get into homeowners anymore. And of course, you want to bracket your age. And there are a lot of gurus out there around Facebook that'll tell you all the fun stuff you can, target in detailed targeting. We never talk about that. Scott or I never talk about this section. And if you're really awesome, knock yourself out there. But our clients grow their business by running an ad just the exact way I'm showing you right now. But this area here is the placements that is the number one mistake that everybody makes. Automatic placements, which is recommended, would sort of make sense that that's what you should do. But actually, you want to edit placements, and you want to get this off of mobile. And then I'll take a breath, and I'll tell you why this has to be. This page is mobile optimized. Everything that we create is mobile optimized. We test it on Android, we test it on iPhones, we test it on all kinds of stuff. But what we know is that if somebody clicks on this ad on mobile and it pops up in their phone, they're not comfortable. We are not mobile optimized. They're just scared of that page in their thing. They don't like it as much. So if you put it on desktop, and right now I'm on desktop, so I got this big screen in front of me, right? It's just a little bit better of an experience, and you get many more leads, right? Now you can turn off right column. That's not going to make or break it, but Facebook told Scott and I last year, like, don't put it on right column. It just doesn't get you any good results. The placements, desktop only, is the number one mistake that agents make. If you're running something to talk about a listing, any listing like open house, just listed, just sold, whatever, have it on mobile. You're branding, you're going to get some buyers. certainly a ton of people are on Facebook on their smartphones. But for people who are thinking about selling their home and you want to get their home value and name, you need to have this on desktop only. And then if you put $30 down, you're going to get 25, 35 leads over a weekend. And that's great for the money, right? That's about it. The rest of it, I think you know how to create an ad. You know, you set your budget. I recommend for 30. And I'll tell you this, just in case you don't know this, lifetime budget tells Facebook to drop your money, whatever you decide your budget is, at the opportune time on Facebook when the most people are there, right? If I put $30 and I just did it daily, it would say $10 every day. That's what it's meaning, $10 a day. But in this way, by saying lifetime budget, it tells Facebook when the most amount of people are on Facebook, show my ad. That way I can get the best results. And that's kind of it. From here, you know, it's creating copy and, you know, paste in the link and it'll show you the picture. I think you guys kind of get that part. So I'm not going to, you know, chew up any more time. The mistakes are typically not made there.
Hey, Vincent?
Yes.
I'm a little surprised about the desktop thing compared to mobile, only because that, you know, who in today with the phone, and I'm sure you're right about this, is that you know, what is the percentage of a lot of people doing stuff on Facebook on desktop?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I got some great stats about Facebook and mobile, right? I mean,
right.
30% of all time on smartphones on the internet are on Facebook. That's a ton of time on mobile on Facebook, right? So yeah, people are there mobily, but I hate to say this, but a lot of homeowners, they're getting a little bit up there in years, right? And we're not all going to want to whip this out and start filling out a form on our smartphone. That's a little bit of what's behind this. But I can tell you this, Carolyn. You know our famous mastermind group, right? We've got this great mastermind group with our clients, right? Almost one time a week, every week, I have somebody come in here and say, oh, we just ran an ad for $30 or $50 and I got 50 clicks or I got 100 clicks and I got one lead or I got 2 leads. We hate to hear that. And I can tell them the exact same thing every week. Hey, go run that ad again next weekend and take it off of mobile. Just have it on desktop. Boom. Oh, I got 2 dozen leads. This just happens almost every week I hear this, right? So that's why I'm sharing with you, this is what we see happening. And then as soon as they say, I'm going to make that on desktop only, I got a bunch of leads. And then the last thing I want to tell you about that, even though you saw me do a budget of $30, once our clients get comfortable and they understand how to do this correctly, it is certainly what you can make that budget $100 and you'll end up with 100 leads at the end of the weekend. That's how it works. It's pay per click. And most leads on Facebook for home values cost about $1 per click. Okay? But
Hey,
yeah,
Vincent.
go ahead.
Hey, Vincent. So I tried the auto posting just to see how it works, and I did the copy and paste like it did. And the way it just posted to Facebook was in HTML.
You're kidding. HTML. Oh man, that's
Yeah,
can you
that's
take
exactly
a
what just
screenshot
posted
of
to
that?
Facebook right now.
That's awesome. That's not awesome. Would you take a screenshot of that and send it to me? I cannot believe that, but
Yep, absolutely.
yeah, God, that's crazy. All right.
Would there be an option to do like a Google sign in ever, like instead of having to fill out the form?
I don't know. I don't know if that API even exists.
You know, and the reason I asked, you know, through my curator, Follow Up Boss there, I just have, you know, obviously a significant more amount, number of leads come in when I added the Google sign in, as opposed to them actually filling out a form or the Facebook sign in. And, you know, it just fires everything over to me. And, you know, I ran an ad on Thursday, or Friday mornings when it started. And I ran the exact same ad on Monday. And the difference was 10 leads to 35 leads that came in.
And you're saying
that's awesome.
You're saying a Google sign-in was better.
Oh yeah, 30 times better. Yeah, it's just one after another.
Oh, interesting. I did not know that. Well, thanks for that info, Ryan. I will talk to Scott about it. If you're using it, it means it must exist. And actually, when I think about it, I've seen a Google sign-in myself.
Yeah.
I'm going to kind of look here real quickly at something. And Charles, you just simply copied and pasted over, right? That when you set up your auto posting.
Yes, I did. I copied and pasted, and then it went to Facebook as HTML.
Yeah, that's what you're saying. That's okay. I'm going to look right now at mine because I had done something prior to the call, and I'm hoping I have a message telling me the auto posting is done, and then I can maybe click through and see that. So let's give it just a second. And of course I don't see it. So, all right. Charles, send me a screenshot of that if you wouldn't mind.
What's your email?
Vince@listings2leads.com. Just like our website. So that's kind of the story on what we know about seller lead gen. It's one thing that I definitely recommend that you're aware of. I don't think I have, much more to tell other than using the products and using our open house platform. We're just getting a ton of leads. Our clients are getting leads all over the place because they're starting to get more familiar with just using the tools as we design them, right? And I think the other thing is, see if I can get this somewhere in here. Maybe not overthinking it and just following the steps, right? If we go to our listings page, the simplest way of going through this, and even though it looks time consuming, this task list for every property, you don't have to go through all 12 tasks. There's probably 3 or 4 that if you just use them, they just start to work. And those are, I'll just list them for you. And actually I should tag you on one of these right now. Your social media. This means get our tool to your social media, right? Now, as we talked about auto posting, we're going to automatically do this. Every agent should do this at every step, every stage. Social media for your seller. This is the more confusing one, right? This shows up automatically in an agent's email. They don't know what to do with this. And all they need to do is copy what's in the email and get it to the homeowner and say, hey, could you put that on your Facebook so that we can get more people to look at this, because we're going to put it all over all the magical marketing that I do for you. There are 2 reasons why you want your clients to use this tool. 3, actually. One is when they share it to their Facebook wall, we'll let it kind of fetch. Fetch means it's got to grab the picture. When they put this out there on their wall, obviously their friends can click it or share it and say, hey, here's something for sale, or our friend's home is for sale, right? So this stage is coming soon, but you can also do this at, just listed, open house, and of course, just sold, right? So the one reason is you want more people to see the home that you're selling. I think the slightly more important reason is you want your clients' friends and family to know you are their realtor, right? Because those are the people you're planning to get referrals from. It's their friends and family and colleagues, and they typically are just communicating, sharing, information with each other, pictures and stuff on Facebook. So now, by just getting this to your client and saying, hey, if you could put that on your wall, that would be awesome, they all know you are their realtor. This says Vincent Meza is posting about Vincent Meza, but this would be, if I was Alex's realtor, Alex would be talking about me at my office. And then, of course, when this home is sold, this page says, hey, our home just sold and Alex is awesome. And here's his email and phone number already embedded on this. So all of his friends and family can just go, oh, wow, well, that's cool. I want to just check out the home because I'm remotely interested in property, right? And then, of course, this page is designed to capture leads for Alex, right? Or in this case, for me. So it's really, really helpful in a number of ways. And back on our page there, of course, I'm lost. The last thing I'm going to show you, and I'm going to let you guys go. There is a page inside that task list, which is the funniest thing, that it's like a sleeper, right? It's like that thing that's not really that sexy at all. But boy, our clients are using it and they're getting incredible business out of it. So I want to point it out to you. It is inside the task list for every listing, okay? And it changes at every status. You don't have to use this at every status, but you want to use it in at least one status. And I'll point it out to you and you'll see what it is and it might make some sense. But then I'm going to show you something that then it's going to become crystal clear for you why you cannot ignore this. And don't let your agents ignore this, because our clients who are using it are getting a lot of listings out of it. All right. So I set up an open house earlier, but this is on every listing. Click on the task list. And the third thing that I want to make sure all of you understand on this task list is something that we call a print flyer for nearby homeowners. All right. And you can open it up here and you can download it. And it looks like this. You could edit this if you want, but you don't need to. You can send it to yourself as an email or you can download it and print it. And it basically says, hey, there's an open house. You can go to this website to get the information, or you can go right down here and get your home value free too. This is not rocket science here, right? This is like, and this is why Scott and I rarely get into it. It's like obvious, you should have this. Maybe some of you would want this. So we don't really talk about it much. But if you go in our mastermind group today and you look up the words Dustin Fox, I'm gonna take it to you right now. I'm gonna take us there right now. Dustin posted something in July of last year, and actually it's been an ongoing discussion in our mastermind group, and you got to see what the heck is going on here because it's awesome.
Actually, Vince, that neighborhood letter is probably one of the most powerful out of the tools that we have. I have my agents, before the open house, I have them go out, use that, and then also at the end, and I've got listings from it. So yes, that thing is more powerful than any Facebook ads.
Yes.
Just getting the, instead of just going and selling, hey, here's a open house 1 to 4, please come. Just give them that flyer and have the address of the property. It's very powerful. I agree 100%.
It is, and like what you're doing is you're having your team door knock it. That's exactly that's all you need to do. What I'm going to show you what Dustin is doing is he prints it and he puts it in a high quality black paper envelope, right? And he's even and if you look at the comments, because this dialogue's been going on since July, and agents keep jumping in and throwing their 2 cents in. You should actually look at this here. On January 3rd, Dustin came in to talk about what he is doing to refresh that strategy, that simple letter that you were talking about. He's actually combining that letter with, and I'm sorry, I'm bouncing around here. He's combined it with micro-targeting with Facebook ads. So he's running $10 ads multiple times, like at one zip code at a time. And he says it's beating the algorithms, and his open houses are just huge because he's doing both of these. But this is what he wrote in July, the end of July. So he's been printing that letter, putting it in this. If you read through the comments, you're going to also find that he went and bought himself this really cool silver glittery Sharpie pen because he wants people to open that envelope, because that envelope has a little calendar. It has his reviews in print, and it has our fancy letter. So anything he can do to get people on this page he's doing, and he's actually handwriting, instead of these print labels, he's handwriting their address. It is so personalized that people have to open it. And that's the key. We get so much junk mail, right? That I don't even, if I don't know where it's coming from, it's not even entering my house. It's in the recycle bin before I even walk in the door. So he's like, no, I want people to open it, because with one mailing to 250 homes that cost him $625, he got 10 listings out of that with an average commission of 17,000. Right? So this letter is powerful. Alex, I'm glad you've seen it. I just recommend that people don't overlook this really simple thing that we created years ago and forgot about. All right?
That's very powerful, and also your listing presentation. But I've got 5 listings coming up, and I use it on every single one to go out there and demonstrate what I'm going to do for them. But I've noticed on this recently, when I take a photo from Google Map and I put it in there and I put some description for a listing presentation, we had an issue. We were not able to, it didn't populate. So when I went to their house, I wasn't able to show it on the phone. Has there been some changes to the listing presentation?
No. No. I don't know why that would be. We may want to chat about that. You can tell me what you're doing there, Alex.
So like, for example, you know how you got coming soon, just listed, and how it constantly changes status? Yeah. Well, one thing that I use a lot in this, it's listing presentation. So when I'm at the listing presentation, I just take out my phone and I show them already what I've done for them. Single property website, this. But we were having a problem, right?
It would take us to next steps.
It would take us to like other steps. It would say you need to get permission from, I don't know. It was, I hadn't seen that before. So I thought maybe with this whole auto, you know how right now when a listing comes in, automatically goes into Facebook. I'm sorry, not Facebook. Yeah, your populates into your personal Facebook or business, whatever. But with this listing presentation, we were having an issue. Can you just go over this really quick?
Yeah.
The listing presentation.
So yeah, So what Alex is talking about is when he's going to do a listing presentation, he just gets a shell of a listing inside the account, and listing presentations, Alex, will not be auto posted to your social media. Right? It's just
good.
It's just,
thank you.
That's how it's coded. But when you go to tasks, yeah, you're going to go through all the tasks. So I'm not sure which task you're saying is sort of failing, but let me just go through it. Here's your social media post, which is kind of what you would expect to see, right? Here's a listing landing page that I create. And yes, it can capture leads. And then, of course, social media, that's going to auto-populate. I'm not sure, Alex, which tool was failing on you.
So what I was saying is that when we put in a listing presentation, in the past, I would get an email.
Yeah.
I would get an email that says, here you go. Here's all the different things to do. Show it to your seller. Yeah. Then I would just take that email. I would go to their house. I would open up that email and I would start clicking all the tabs like social media, single property website. I'm not getting that email. I'm not receiving that email once I put in my listing. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, I'll send a message to Scott and let's see what's going on there. Yeah. Okay, got it. I didn't go.
Thank you.
I didn't go through the rest of all these. Frankly, you should, but the 3 big things are: use it on your social media, which we're doing automatically for you. Use it on your seller's social media. Get that print flyer for nearby homeowners out. Maybe not at every status, but 1 or 2. Right? Just sold open house would be super smart. We're auto posting to YouTube for you. This being said, somebody asked about Instagram earlier. When you are posting anything to your business page, Facebook is beginning to auto sweep that over to your Instagram business page. So if I go, let me click here and I can kind of show you on our business page for meaning listings leads business page. There is a little. There's often an invite. Oh, what the heck is that? That's not where I want to be. Give me a second. 1 second, guys. There's an invite to create a business page on Instagram for this account. take advantage of that. If you take advantage of that, then when you're posting things on your business page in Facebook, they'll auto push it over to Instagram for you. They're doing that for now, at least. I don't know how long they'll do that. I think at one point they may start charging for that. But notice I have a switch to business profile on Instagram. That's actually telling you to create it. And if you do, and you post something on your business page, like any realtor would, it can start to auto sweep over to Instagram. So that's my story, everybody. Any questions for you?
Guys,
you
any
for everything.
questions?
Okay.
I guess not, Vince. I'm sorry.
No, we've had a few, and I appreciate them. You know, of course, you guys can always ping me when you do have questions, and we'll, you know, kind of get you up and running. Alex, I know we're going to chat later on today, and I'll see if I can get that answer about the listing presentation prior to.
Thanks, Betty.
Uh-huh.
Thanks, Betty. Appreciate it.
Donna,
And Vince, I think you recorded this for me. Would you please send it over to me?
I'll get it to you today, Donna. Yeah.
Hey, Vince,
Thank you so
Yes,
much.
Charles.
hey, real quick. So yeah, now, so I'm under the whole auto posting section of listings and leads under the profile.
Yeah.
When I do a copy and then I paste in the post description, it's pasting it as HTML.
Okay. Email that to me, please. That's where the error is. That's kind of crazy, but okay.
Okay.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Donna, again for having me.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, Vince.
Bye-bye.